Hello guys, this is Rifat here, lead scientist and chief technology officer of Space Kids India. Welcome to today's talk about the myths of being a scientist. So let's wait for viewers to join. So hello guys, welcome. This is Rifat here from Space Kids India, chief technology officer and lead scientist at Team Space Kids India. So today we are going to talk about breaking the myths about being a scientist. Sorry for my hairstyle, lockdown DIY haircut went wrong. I know I'm not looking that way, but yeah, okay. We are going to talk about science now. So today, all these things doesn't matter. Okay, so yeah, today we have our team joining in today. We will be connecting with Mr. Yegna, who is a lead technologist for Team Space Kids India, also the chief operations officer, and we have Clinton, who is uh, the rocketeer of the team, who is the one who is working with he is the one who is working with all the propulsion mechanical segments of or rockets, small rockets we are building and we are working with it. So he's, working on that. So let me welcome Mr. Yegna and Clinton. Hi, Yegna. Hi, Clinton. How are you guys?
Hello guys.
Please give a self introduction and
So everybody,
go.
this is Ignis. I did my undergraduation in aerospace. So today we are here to break some myths about the scientists. So we'll have our teammates joining in. So any questions to post in the comment section. And also we would like to announce that frequently we'll be having this kind of webinars where in future we're going to bring about leadership and as well as science topics where you'll be able to meet different people who have innovated. We'll have an interview series who will be coming soon with Mr. Srishurya. He'll be getting some young innovators to our YouTube channel where they'll be sharing about their experiences. So that will be there very soon. And also we'll have this leadership series where as we know, leadership is very important in organizations and as well as in your life also to have some qualities like to lead your life in a good way. So where we'll be talking about a lot of different topics as well as related to youth empowerment and stuff. So that all will also be coming by the end of this month. So stay tuned to our channel and like always subscribe and comment and share our YouTube channel.
I think that we should tell at the end of the video. It is just a beginning.
Starting
So
also.
Clinton,
Yeah, sure.
yeah, Clinton, please give a small
Hello,
introduction about
everyone.
yourself.
Hello, everyone. I'm Clinton from Space Kids India. Good afternoon, first of all. I'm doing my undergraduate aerospace engineering, not yet completed, working in Space Kids India for propulsion team.
Okay, great. Clinton, I think he's a little bit shy, but he talks very well. Once he gets used to it, he's just pretending like he's innocent kid. So first of all, yeah, let me start with giving a small update about what is happening in the space industry. Then we'll get into the topic. So Clinton, we know, today was a pretty tough day that, rocket launch Electron. This is the first failure, in-flight failure. Really, it's heartbreaking, we all are feeling cut. So today, to give you guys a small overview about what happened is, today Rocket Labs, it is a US company, getting expertise, in launching small satellites. Satellites are under, around 500 kg. I think 250 kg, right, Clinton? Yeah.
Yeah,
So they have the capability of putting nano satellite payloads into low Earth orbit and sensing low Earth orbit, and they are also even talking about going to moon with their latest photon kick stage. But what happened is today, Rocket Labs had successfully launched 11 consecutive launches. Their first launch went, failed. It was like it's a test. The first launch was named it's a test, and it failed due to a telemetry issue. But after that, from still testing to Lukman, Nohans, and all those cool names, Rocket Lab is well known for putting cool names for the mission. So 11 consecutive missions were successful, and today they attempted their 13th mission. 13 is always, it still blows my mind, Clinton. It still blows my, 13 and space industry is never like a good, from Apollo 13 to, a lot of examples. Mostly, many countries skip number 13 in their mission. Even take ISRO, PSLV 10, 11, 12 is there, 13 is there, not that. PSLV 14 directly they skip. If you go to Google and search about PSLV list of launches, you will get official link and inside you can go and see there is no PSLV C13. So many people skip that because of the famous Apollo 13 disaster. But today these guys, Rocket Labs, it's so I can't believe it. They started the countdown at T minus 13 minutes. They started live at T minus 13 minutes. They're supposed to start at T minus 16 minutes. They started at 13 minutes. They launched. And in the mission patch itself, they have one huge 13 number because, of course, there is a 13th launch. And the mission is fix or it didn't happen. People are really, when going crazy about it, fix or it didn't happen. I think, it become too hard for this mission or something too obvious. Some kind of crazy things are happening because most of the payloads were imaging payloads. That's why they put them in. And then exactly at around 13,000 kilometer per hour velocity, their engine shut off. I guess that is still a mystery, but they lost the thrust. They lost exactly at 13,000 something. Crazy! I can't believe 13, 13, 13. So much of 13. I can't believe that mission. I didn't even realize, for Electron, it become very normal, right? They are launching it like a normal, some toy or something. They become very, the turnaround times become very fast, right? But everything was going good. I didn't expect that this to happen today, but, I was waiting for like 2.5 hours or something because one of my favorite payload was there, so I was waiting from yesterday itself. And another thing is, how to say, this is for one of the customers, it is the first ever satellite. They literally, they hard work. I'm just going through the tweets. They are tweeting, all the hard works of, around 20 engineers for past 2 years just went in smoke. They tweeted. It's literally, I'm feeling gutted about this because this is the first satellite. Because Planet Labs and all, they already launched, they failed a lot, they have seen a lot of failures. Even we know Antares failure, one of the famous, pad explosion. And one of the Dow actually recovered from the explosion, and that is still in museum, their office museum. That is something really great because the teapot, teapot protected it from the explosion. But for these kind of, first time people who are sending their first satellite ever in the rocket, it is going to be very tough for them. But what I have seen so far is when SpaceX had the pad anomaly, right? They given a free launch to the customer next time. So what I hope is like this time also Rocket Lab would most probably give free launch to the same customer, and they will be claiming insurance. I don't know how many people know here, but rockets and satellites have insurance just like cars and uh, bikes, yeah, bikes, and any other things. Once if you file and once the investigation is over, you can claim the insurance. I hope Rocket Labs will be very back with the cute little Electron very soon. Clinton, share some of your views about it, and then we will dig
Yeah,
into our
exactly.
topic.
So first of all, space is hard. The rocket is one of the most complex machineries ever humans have created. And this is the first time their failure after the Electron is in operational condition. Before like failures happened before, but those things are not in the operational condition. Like the test phase, they had the failures, but this is the first time they are facing the failure in the operational phase. And secondly, as Elon said, failure is an option here. Failures makes the rocket even more perfect. Actually, now the Electron and FAA will be working on what went wrong. Once they figure out what is the problem, they will be making it. They will be creating a like redesigning it. It may be a design flaw or something. So once they find those things, they will make the necessary repairs and countermeasures to make the next mission successful. So failures actually makes the rocket even more reliable. That is my point of view. Like that is the only way of testing the rockets. Only if it fails, we know that there is a problem in the rocket. So now this is a failure. Absolutely, like for the first, both for the Canon and other payloads, I think four of the satellites launched in their pre-pod. They will be next level. They will be in the like very bad or
Yeah, they'll be feeling really sad, you know. And Canon is like I'm really yeah, yesterday only to be like frank, like yesterday only I came to know Canon is building satellites, and one more surprise is Clinton. Canon is also building their own rockets.
yeah, exactly, bro. Even yesterday I came to know it's one space something. They are
One
launched
space
3 stages.
something.
They started
Yeah,
manufacturing. Even
Scott Manley
stopped.
video, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
Even
yeah.
the like I searched for the feed and I got that.
Okay, okay. Yeah,
So much
Canon is
success.
like yeah, because Canon is a well-known camera company, like it is like a giant in the camera industry. So and Earth-based imaging is really becoming a big thing. If Canon comes inside and if they are able to successfully do it, then it is going to give a hard time for other people who are already in the business of taking images. Everybody is a gangster until the real gangster arrives. It's just me. But what I'm thinking is instead of like Canon building their own satellite and making business out of it, what I'm expecting is maybe they'll be building satellite and selling it to the clients who will launch it from their brand and do the services. I don't think Canon will directly get into the business. I'm not sure about it. I have to go through it. But their satellites are huge. They are not cube satellites. Each satellite weighs around 50 kg, like that. So, Yagna, are you online? Mr. Yagna?
Yes, 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 bro.
Yeah, so what do you think about this, bro? You might have went through it.
What? Two?
The Rocket Lab's failure. What do you think
Yeah,
about
yeah,
it?
yeah. I mean, like as we were discussing earlier, the number and
Yeah.
also once analyzing the problem, something
Mm-hmm.
like there are few things in this universe where we can also believe that some numbers are with geometrically to nature. There are some famous theories also like Fibonacci retracement and Fibonacci,
Yeah.
what we call Fibonacci series, like natural numbers where we see. And there are a lot of different things. And as of science, we have to explore a lot. And
Yeah.
probably doing
Yeah.
something totally against, and being a company evolving to do such a stunt was appreciable, but also have to take into consideration, and probably in future, probably on the main specific reason why the rocket failed should be analyzed, and probably if they can redo the 13 hyphen one or
Yeah.
something like that, it would be great. Once if we see the
And
success of that.
I don't know whether you guys realized it or not. Our last NSLV mission was NSLV 12. So the next mission will be NSLV
I was also thinking that how we got it, how did
13.
go with 15 number, 14 number.
Yeah, yeah. We should name it NSLV unnamed or unnumbered, unlaunched.
We'll
Or
go for
you,
higher version, NSLV 2.0,
huh?
something like that. New version,
So,
NSLV Block 3, NSLV Block 2, or something like that. So it will
block two.
start.
Yeah, yeah. You start from one.
Yeah.
That is crazy,
Okay,
crazy. Yeah. Suyasuri is joining. Brother.
I don't think so, bro. There's lots of internet issues. Probably we'll start with some of the
Okay.
famous questions I received through some DMs.
Yeah, yeah. So, guys,
So
okay, enough condolences for Electron. I hope they will be coming back with a bang again. Our lots of love to you guys, Team Electron. We are looking forward to your next launch very soon. Now, coming to like today's topic, breaking the myths of being a scientist. And I think already one of the myths broken, which is being scientist is not very cool or something. It is very hard. So that is the first myth we broke today with today's Rocket Lab launch. Egma,
yeah.
tell me, Egma, so what your all our
Question,
viewers
few of
are
the
asking?
questions I received is once after we posting our live about our live. So there's the first question, the famous one also. Being as young scientists, the first question we received is, to become scientists, should we be school topper? Like only the toppers will become scientists, or how is it? Is the question I received. And
Yeah,
literally, I
first,
think the answer is
let
not.
me.
And you are one example where like all of us together, like being not only being a topper, we have broken this myth already. But
No,
just give the answer to the audience who have watched it.
no. Clinton, you first go ahead. We will go one by one by one. Uh-huh.
Oh, like being a topper, there is a difference between topper and like a guy who understands everything. Topper is a person who will be like more like 90% of the topper will be like just memorizing things and only for marks and working on those things. But if you wanted to be really stand out, even if it is a very simple formulas or anything, you have to understand from the fundamentals. So what happens is you don't want to be a scientist or an engineer, like, but you wanted to have a great knowledge on that thing, like great knowledge in the sense understanding of it, how the things work. So the topper and marks doesn't make the scientist first and foremost. If that was the case, then our team, like half of the peoples will be not in the this condition. So
Team as well.
exactly. Even I am not a topper. Rifat bro is not a topper. So
Yeah,
Rifat bro
yeah,
is yeah, bro, you continue about your 12th marks and everything. So
sure. Yeah. What I would say is, you don't need to be a topper, but you cannot perform poorly. You cannot be like, the typical, in movies, people standing in the last bench, failing in all the subjects, like doing all the swag things in school, and then, feeling like, Ambani didn't, Mr. Ambani didn't went to school, Mark Zuckerberg got discontinued. You cannot say all the school dialogues and, justify that you are not studying and, you're failing or performing poorly, and you say that, once I grow up, I'll become great. You cannot say like that. Okay, we have to face the reality. As long as you are under 60 to, like from 60 to 80 percentage, I don't think there is any major problem, because topper is something, putting a lot of extra efforts and concentrating just on studies to, 99.9 percentage germs will get killed like that, getting 99.9%. But what usually most of the young scientists and young innovators do is they will maintain their academics somewhere between 60 percentage to 80 percentage, and they will concentrate the remaining time in all the science stuff. What they actually do is they will be already, knowing so much about the subject and everything. If they concentrate enough on the subject, they will be able to score symptom or something. But what we people will do is we don't like to do that. We like to go and explore cool stuff, build cool stuff, do lot of innovating stuff. What we do is we only study like 1 week or something before exams. So that is why most of the innovators and main scientists, people who are achieving or not failing, not performing very well in academics, because they have better things to do. But we cannot justify it if you are playing PUBG game one side and roaming around with friends one side, going to theaters. Yeah, you can do entertaining, but doing all the swag stuff and not studying and scoring somewhere between 60 to 70 and telling, I'll become a great guy. That is not a good option, because we always have to remember, I have said it in many places, that if Mark Zuckerberg, got discontinued, he discontinued from Harvard University, not ABCD Institute of Engineering and Technology. That we have to remember, okay? He got into Harvard, he studied there, he discontinued Harvard because he had something better to do. And when he went back and got the honorary degree, whenever we get a honorary degree, we will post it. I got. If you are getting graduated from Harvard, that is, if you're getting graduated from Harvard, you will post with pride that you are. I'm getting graduated from Harvard. All the cool things, put hashtags and everything. But when Mark Zuckerberg got the degree from Harvard, it is the Harvard University. They are the one who posted that too on Facebook, the platform he built, that we are so proud to, present this degree to Mr. Mark Zuckerberg. So we cannot, we cannot always look at it is all about our intentions and the way we look. We cannot use it as a justification to hide our mistakes. It is very easy to hide our mistakes. We have to be very honest to us, otherwise we will just mess up our own life. So what I would suggest is, okay, you don't need to put lot of efforts to become a topper, but you have to put efforts in something else. Then only you can prove it. If you are not putting any zero, if you are not putting any effort, then you can't do anything. Over to you now.
Yeah, absolutely. Like it's not about exactly just getting the marks. Even though if you are a topper, you have to be capable of remembering the
Yeah.
concepts and to apply it in real life. That is what makes the bigger difference. Even if you're a topper, you can become a scientist. It's not you can't become a scientist if you're a topper.
Yeah.
So that is another thing. And Rifat, just check Shiv Surya is online, I guess.
Mm.
We'll introduce him as well and join.
Hi, Surya.
Hello, hello everyone.
Hi.
Hi, bro.
Hello, 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 hello.
I
How are
think you
you?
got too much of hair, bro, in the lockdown.
What to do? Lockdown. So this is the right time to do some hairstyle like this, but I can't do.
See, I did my DIY haircut.
See, I do it, but it made like this,
Okay, okay.
and no
Fine.
one is
Okay.
telling
So
about
yeah,
my
please
specs.
give. Yeah, that is pretty, nothing usual. I
Thank
have
you.
seen it from the
Okay.
WhatsApp status. Igor,
Hi,
please
Shiv
go
Surya.
ahead and
Just
give
give
a
a brief
small intro
introduction
about
about
social.
yourself. Yeah.
So myself, I'm Surya, and I'm a junior lead, and that's all. And I've completed my
About
12th
what you
standard.
are studying. Yeah. And about your invention, what you have done, and like for what you have been awarded with the President of India by the President of India.
So I've invented a solar-powered agri paddy leveler in the field of agriculture, and I've received a presidential award, and I've received a presidential award for my innovation.
Okay. So
And also,
that
Sir
is
Surya is
the input is done right
one of the example I want to give. It is not like toppers cannot become a scientist because Sir Surya is a topper.
Not like
Yes,
that. Not
congrats.
like that. See, once upon a time, I was a topper.
That tells everything. That is why, the moment you start more concentrating on your research and everything, it is your marks is inversely proportional to the amount of innovation you are taking. Hashtag physics guy. So yeah, that is the thing. So Shiva Surya, we were talking about is it important to be a topper to become a scientist? So what is your views on it, Mr.
Not at
Shiva
all.
Surya?
No, it's not an correct that if you want to become a scientist, it's not be that you should be a topper because talent matters, not a marks. You have to study to score or just to pass. It's that's enough. And you have to build and you have to make more enough to show your talents and you should be determined to your goals and that's more enough to become a scientist or innovator. So marks is secondary.
Okay. Yagna, I'm having a question. I'm just displaying it on
now.
the screen. Uh,
Okay.
so, Mr. Lokesh V is asking, what are the ways to be an young scientist? Yagna, you started.
Okay. So being an young scientist, the term defines itself like becoming a scientist at young age. So probably doing your research, being like being at a young age, probably before your 25 years before getting to the adulthood, like before 20 maximum. So that gives you the term called as young scientist exactly to be precise. Apart from that, like we broke the myth about the first question itself. Again, speaks the same. So whereas from childhood, people, a lot of students get pressure from parents and all the people that you have to be securing good marks. So that itself destroys this term called young scientist in India basically. So to stand on the same word, we have just mentioned that how you have to be passionate or determined to certain things so that you can invent or once you are effective about learning, not in the way of marks and getting pressurized on particularly on the topics and school subjects. So you'll be able to think about a lot of other stuffs. Basically, the main inventions are generally for solving real problems. So considering those real problems, if you can think of something of a solution or you start a research from the young age, probably by the time you're reaching your young adulthood, you'll be able to at least have an what do you say, timeline of what to do in your future, and probably you can at least make your prototype model of what it is going to be, so that the concept itself can give you the title of being an young scientist. So that is, as per my views, what I see.
Yeah. So yeah, I want to give a small, like overview about this question because it is a nice question. What are the ways to be an young scientist? So before thinking about becoming a scientist, or after thinking about becoming a scientist, the first important step you should take is which field of science you want to be in. Because science is very huge field, so is engineering, and science and engineering is connected. If you go to ISRO, there is no scientist, there is no separate engineer. Everybody is designated as engineers slash scientist. So both the designation itself is engineers slash scientist. So you also need engineering skills. So you first have to decide what field you want to go, like whether physics, chemistry, biology. It is a basic thing we study in school. But if you dig deep inside physics itself, we have more than 10 branches: quantum physics, quantum mechanics. We have classical mechanics, Newtonian physics, Newtonian mechanics. We have a lot. Say, so is the chemistry, organic, inorganic, many things. Same is biology, the thing. And inside each topic, we have electronics, we have communication. By profession, I'm telling. Now out of subject, from the profession, we have say like propulsion. In the propulsion itself, we have mechanical, we have the who is handling the chemical of propulsion, and again avionics, guidance, navigation, control. There are so many branches of science, and you can only end up in any one of this field. For example, for me, it is electronics, communication, and computer science. So I take care of in a mission. I take care of the architecture of satellites and the rockets brain, the avionics. But we alone cannot do it because I need experts who are in. Even though I know coding, I need experts to work with me to finish the task. So we have a guy called Keithan who is, expert in coding. We have a guy called Drew. All these guys will be joining in our upcoming live sessions next we are planning to do with them, so you can listen to their stories. Who is good with sensors? Now we have Clinton here. Sorry, I did like this, and Clinton's camera fell this side, so it got seems pretty then like this. So we have Clinton here, who is expert in rocket motors, rocket airframe and everything, and so Surya is good with biology. So you have to define in what way you want to go. But how can you define what way you can go? You can only try. How we all will be having a favorite biryani or having a favorite pizza. How we will choose it? You will try 5 or 6 types, and one will become our favorite. So is the science and technology and anything. So that is why from 7th standard or 6th standard itself, you should start participating in competitions. Governments are conducting a lot of competitions. We at Space Kids India is conducting a lot of competitions. There are a lot of science competitions out there. You have to start participating in it, and that is going to be the first step of becoming a young scientist or or a scientist. So you can participate under and in each year and each term you're participating. You have to give different projects on what particular topic you will start to like it, and you have to take the topic seriously and just dig into it and excel in it. You have to become an expert in anything you want to do. So you can be a jack of all trades, but you always need at least one topic where you are an expert. So that is, I think that is the proper way to figure out how to become a scientist.
So, any other questions in the comment box, or shall we go with the DMs which we got earlier?
There is a thing called noun the unknown. Hi guys, please give a hint of your future projects. I'm very eager. Yeah, we are also very eager. Egna, you please start regarding this.
Hey, please continue, Rifat. I'm just checking other questions which I'm getting right now.
Yeah. Okay. Hi guys. Please give a hint of your future projects. I'm very eager. So now the unknown, yeah, this lockdown took a big hit in our operations and assembly activity. But what good thing happened is we really have a lot of time to continue our new projects and new research works. So we are working on some top secret missions which we cannot reveal right now, but that is going to be a path-breaking one, which is going to give us access to space like never before because we really want to go to space as soon as possible. So we can take your payloads, students' payload. We are very excited to take student payloads to space. So we are working on some, cool things. But apart from that, we are working on around three satellites right now, three different satellites. Actually, one of the satellite is almost finished, and we are just waiting for the launch. But this lockdown is not looking like we are going to have any launch anytime soon from here in India. Uh, Overall, we develop new communication systems. Our forte is building nanosatellites and nanospacecrafts. So we came up with the new architecture. We came up with the new, onboard computer and everything. Since we are at home, we have a lot. We all are, doing work from home right now because our head office is located in Chennai. So it is really hard to go out right now. But we have a lot of time to check our software, to check our architecture, work on the project, simulate things. Everybody is actually pretty busy, right, Clinton?
Exactly.
Give
We
a
all are
brief
busy,
about
but
the projects we are doing without revealing the project. Give a brief
oh,
about like what we are doing without revealing what we are doing. So how is it like?
like it's very hard to tell like that, but I can tell it will be a path breaking as Sripad bro told, and that's all. That is what I could say without revealing the project. So please, bro, if I tell something, it will be a problem.
We can
So
expect the unexpected.
Yeah,
yeah,
exactly.
exactly.
Okay, so Surya, how is it going
Expect
for you? It's been a long time since I met you. So how is it going for
long
you?
time no see.
Yeah. So what is the new project you're working on
It's
now?
See, actually, I'm just revising about the. I'm just going through the as you know that the ancient book, the same book, and I'm just going through, and we are in the preparation of some new medicines regarding the type of, and we are preparing in the medicine field. And as you all know that
Surya,
we are
actually,
having
I want to tell to our viewers that Surya is actually a president awardee, right? National awardee. You are a national awardee, right?
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So yeah. Surya is a presidential awardee. I got the presidential award and national award when I was in around 11th standard. Now I'm too old to get all those things. But we have young guys here. You are getting all the president's award. So Surya, that is one of the highest award any young scientist can get in India. So tell the experience how you felt when you went to Rashtrapati Bhavan and received the presidential award.
Uh, that's a very, I feel that's a blessed moment that I didn't expect. And my teacher approached, and my teachers applied for that award. And I'm feeling very blessed. And while entering into the Rashtrapati Bhavan, it's a very proud moment for everyone. And not only for me, even my family is feeling very proud. And after getting into the Space Kids India, I've received that award, and I'm feeling that one of the Space Kids India student is going to receive an award, and I'm very happy. And the one thing that always be a very big part of my life is the time when we are taking a group photo, and the time everyone used to call me as Surya innovator. That is a very good feel that everyone is in the hall and someone is calling you as Surya innovator. That's a good feel. No, I'm very much blessed, and I've enjoyed a very good meal in Rashtrapati Bhavan and a blessed moment.
Okay, great. So we have next question from our viewer. Hi Anna, what is the best group to take for being satellite programmer? Oh, that is a cool question. Satellite programmer. He is very specific about it. Be Sanjeev, yeah, like satellite programmer in the sense, I guess you want to program the satellites, right? So it's great that you understood that satellites need to be programmed at this young age. I appreciate that. Basically, satellites are nothing but flying computers. So without programming, satellite is just satellite or rocket, anything, they won't work, they can't work. It will become a lifeless body. So we usually program rocket, satellites, and all those stuff, we use C, C++, Python, and sometimes, in the latest SpaceX launch, the Crew Dragon launch, uh, they use JavaScript also. So basically, to become a satellite programmer, first you should know how to program a normal computer systems on the ground. If you are able to program the normal computers properly, then only you will be able to program complex systems like uh, satellites. So if you are going to 11th standard from 10th standard, what I would suggest you is take physics, chemistry, mathematics, and computer science. Don't skip mathematics. Without mathematics, you cannot get into any science or engineering related field. Even I'm not a big fan of mathematics when I was in 12th standard, but we have to, study because later when you are in the industry, you will be using all those maths for, real purposes. At that time, you will really start to love mathematics. So if you are getting the 12th standard, don't get into biology. If you are 100% sure you are not going to become a doctor or any medical related professional, don't waste your time in taking biology. Just go with physics, chemistry, mathematics, biology along with two languages. So we call that, as in Tamil Nadu, we call that as CS maths or computer science maths. You can take that too. And later in UG, you can take computer science, and from there you can slowly research about the topics and get into the satellite programmer. I really wish you become a satellite programmer, and I'm happy that you understood that satellites requires programming. Next question I have is from Alexander. Indeed, joining Space Kids India, what would I do for it? Igna?
You probably, there are a few programs which you are organizing right now. One, if you are interested in electronic stream, you can check out skylabs.in. Otherwise, do let us know. You can drop a mail, which you can find on our website, or else we'll drop it in the comment section below, where you can mail us about what is your, perspective and why do you want to join Space Kids India and in which field particularly are you interested in. So letting us know that, and probably like what is your education qualification and like how far you are interested in it. Basically, that will do for us. Like if it is in the stream of our projects, what we are doing right now, or probably if, we can take up your particular topic and probably develop it, we will be happy to do that. So probably by sharing what you are interested in the first, and also about
He is
so far what is
asking, I'm
your
14. Yeah, yeah. He is also asking that
about
I'm
space,
just 14 indeed to learn about space, but I can't
but I can't find the
find the
correct
correct
information.
information. I would
Probably,
suggest
yeah. Like
Skylab
about
would be the
what
right
it is
option for
exactly
him.
we have to know. Like what exactly it is. Like about space, there are a lot of online tutorials and also a lot of space news where we can follow every mission. And there is a lot of information available on the internet. Like we always say, like how do like even this is also one of our famous questions which we'll be answering. Like, are there any tutors or mentors who guided you before launching our first satellite also? We used to answer that Google is the best teacher where we can find a lot of information and you can actually meet a lot of mentors through internet.
Yeah.
So that will be
And
like,
one of the important point, in this moment, I want to say is like I have
yeah.
seen many students, even myself, go everything is in Google, but nothing is in organized manner. If you don't know what you need to learn, you cannot learn. For example,
Then first
if
getting
you are
your
hungry
questions
and
clear is
someone
important.
told, yeah, yeah, yeah. The question is very important. Before finding the answer, you have to have the questions, and you have to have order of which question first, which question second. So that is why people give chapters. It is easy to find the knowledge, but it is hard to find where is that knowledge and in what
Structure,
order I should learn. So it
structure,
took
yeah,
us a
that's it.
hard 7 years to figure it because before us nobody was there to guide us particular. But too in nanosatellites we didn't have any like great precursors in nanosatellite industry when we started. So it took us a lot of time. But we thought like after all this, we're traveling around the country for like past 3 to 4 years. What we thought, our team thought is this is actually a nice question he asked. That we thought we can try to transfer our knowledge, we have the experience. We know, from where to get started. We know what is the way, what is the first way, what is the second way, what is the third. Like we know the roadmap. So we thought we can, teach that to the students, so it will be very useful for them. At the same time, the lockdown is going on, so a lot of the people are, being idle. A lot of the students are being idle, thinking about what to do. So that is one of the important reasons why we launched the Skylab's platform right now. I have dropped the link for Skylab joining in the comment section. You also please
So
drop a
yeah,
comment.
so what
Yeah,
it is like exactly Skylab is where you get
yeah,
like
yeah,
hands-on from your young age where you'll be learning about the basic electronics because
yeah,
almost
yeah. We
have
have
like
a basic electronics, computer science, and space sciences combined. So even for the previous
yeah.
questions that guy was asking, like how to become a satellite programmer, that course would really help him. And it is not that course, like you're taking that course. The courses, the money you're paying will be used for our next space mission. So literally, you guys are helping for our space missions and being part of our missions. So if you want to become a scientist and you don't know how to get started, you're stranded, you're feeling like you're stranded, I think Skylab is the right solution for you. So
So yeah,
moving on.
let's go to
Yeah,
another question apart from the
yeah, yeah,
comments
yeah.
where breaking the myth question which I received. So the second
Okay.
one people asked is this. I hope already the viewers would have understood where this question speaks about scientists always seem to be disconnected from the real world. They always be connected to their own stuff, what they are working on.
Mm,
And it is already busted, I guess. Depending on our topics, what we are talking, the updates about the rocket labs and other stuff as well. Research is research when you're doing it, and apart from that, staying connected to the real world is as much as important as your research, right?
yeah, that's right, and that's also very tough to focus on research and being as social as a normal person. Being a scientist, fully doing research, you'll
Please
always
understand.
tend to you always like to get disconnected. It is not like people are disconnecting you. It is you who always like to be disconnected from others, so you can think about something else. Even when I eat, when I usually eat, my family they talk, they're doing all the stuff. But when I'm eating, my mind will be randomly talking. One of the big problem with people who will be always working in the research industry, the brain will have conversation with its own. Brain will start talking to itself. So you will be always having a random conversation in your brain. So you will be talking, talking, talking inside your brain. You will not listen to what is happening outside the world. But it is easy. It is not like you are going to become a saint. Like becoming a Zen or something. Even I watch a lot of movies. I watch a lot of series. Even last time I did like one night marathon. One night marathon of some web series. Even Yagna is the coolest guy to talk about it because he's a real social guy here.
So that's
Yeah,
what again. It is unless and until you are determined and have a conscious thought about your goal, what it is. Doing your research is as much as important. Also staying connected to the real. Staying disconnected is different, like while working, but again you have to get into the real world to know what is the update. If you're working on a see something which is visionary project, and if you aren't knowing the breakthroughs in recent times, it is waste of time staying disconnected with whole your on your research part. So staying this is a myth which is to be busted, and it is not essentially needed for a scientist to be disconnected from the real world. So Shiv Surya, any thoughts on adding anything to it? Clinton as well.
Mhm. See, about this question, I won't get always disconnected from the world because I always used to stay connected with the world, and I'm a kind of a person who always observe the surroundings, so what is happening, and at the same time I used to work. So I'm a kind of a person who always want to connected with the world, and I used to say that. Uh, being an innovator, we are working for a world, and how can we disconnect it from the world? It may be a silly comedy, but it's a true.
Yeah.
So this is my view.
They happen in movies like 2.0 or Endiran, like not looking girlfriend for next 5 years
yeah,
or
that
like.
is like
In
too
reality, it is
cinematic.
not like that.
Yeah.
We are also like a normal.
Uh,
Yeah.
So, so what question we are going to look at next?
So another question, I think probably this would be one of our favorites as well. Are scientists, like young scientists or scientists, are they really the most food haters?
Sorry, can you please repeat?
Are scientists food haters?
Food haters.
No, no, no
Food
way.
No,
haters.
not at all.
That is big, mate. We all love food.
Not at all. We love food a lot.
This is what keeps running the scientists also, right? Not only the knowledge, but also the research breakthroughs, of course, but also the food is essential and probably eating the
In
food
fact,
which is
Kalam Sat was designed when we were having gulab jamun, right? Can you please brief about that?
yeah. Let's see how this myth is very good to break with our Kalamsat example. Like the idea itself came through gulab jamun when we were having gulab jamun. Generally, as Rifat was telling about the satellites, nano satellite industry, when we were researching about it, the when we got to know about the satellites to launch about like 1 kg of satellites into space, which used to cost a lot. So that's when probably after launching, after sending a satellite shipping to the US, where we did our first satellite, which is SkySat, we were sitting and having a discussion that probably if you're going to have to pay such huge amounts for launching a satellite, I think we are not going to go anywhere in future like paying so huge amounts. So just having conversation, and we asked our ma'am, Dr. Srimati Kesan, to make gulab jamun after this tiring session after finally shipping the satellite. And we're sitting, this guy Irfat and there's another teammate of ours, lead engineer Kashif, who were like, while having gulab jamun, they were staring at each other. And all others like ourselves and the Kalamsa team who were having gulab jamun, we were just having it. These guys, they were having the gulab jamun, keeping at their mouth. They're just looking at each other as if like some hero and heroine from a movie, who stare at each other for the first time. They're literally staring like that. And all of us together, like, what happened to you guys? Both are like, suddenly it hit their mind that like probably if there is something so small like gulab jamun, how would it be? It was just a random conversation when we were talking. Like thinking of one new standard satellite of being like 10 by 10 centimeters. These guys were thinking about something of a size of a gulab jamun. So that gave the initial thought of why not get into femto satellites or any other which is smaller to launch and as have an effective solution to other satellites in which traditional satellites are launched. So that's how Kalamsat was launched, and that's how the Kalamsat idea itself was born, to create uh, structure of Kalamsat through first ever 3D printing composition which we made. So that was a huge breakthrough, which actually gave us a good motivation. That and also led to us like where we can proceed with this kind of projects. Which are not only to think it is impossible, but also to pursue and achieve. So that is one of the biggest mission which we
Yeah,
had through this
yeah.
ideas.
Next
So
question is
next
my favorite
question.
question. Are you using Arduino board for building satellites? Joshua. Great question, Joshua. The simple answer, straightforward answer I wanna give is yes, damn, yeah, yeah. The thing is like it is not just we, many people around the world, many universities, even like NASA is using Arduino in the satellites. But what is Arduino? We have to find that. We have to say that. Arduino is nothing but an ADR Atmel microcontroller running a kind of firmware which will make it easy and scalable and also like cross-platform to program it. So Arduino is more like a programming environment and programming firmware rather than a microcontroller. So basically, the controller, the Atmega 328 or Atmega 2560 or any other microcontrollers we are having in Arduino series, they are basic 8-bit, now recently 32-bit microcontrollers. So you are just programming it with, and Arduino is nothing but a refined, simplified version of C++. So C++ is a very powerful language. Even SpaceX is using C and C++ to program the Dragon and Falcon 9 rockets. So, but it is not always, there is a thing between Arduino hardware and Arduino software. The off-the-shelf component Arduino, right, we are buying from Amazon or something, that won't be suitable to build space projects because we will be facing a lot of temperature fluxes, we will be facing a lot of temperature changes, vibration, G-load and everything. So we have to modify those hardware in order to work. And also the radiation will affect the microcontroller. So we will use 3 or 4 microcontrollers working as a cluster to avoid the problem. So it is not as easy as copying a project from online and using Arduino and executing it. We use Arduino sometimes because it is very easy. We also sometimes use ARM-based processor, ARM-based processors because when we need more power and reliability. But in the whole, there is even a dedicated satellite called ArduSat. You can do more research about ArduSat to, dig into this topic deeper.
Yeah. So, Rifat, let's
Yeah,
go with the next question. So many times I hear that scientists have come up with solutions from ancient books or ancient texts, from ancient technology. So, any thoughts about it?
this is
Like,
for Surya.
what do you think the most
Okay.
any solution which have come from ancient scriptures?
Yeah, it's a nice question that we used to take many hints from ancient books. And I feel that the ancient books are some of the basic knowledge that we want to know. And there are lots of books for various fields. Like we have an ancient book called Vyamanika Shastra for space, and we have Agatyam, and we have many books like that. If you are taking Vyamanika Shastra, you can able to see all kind of spacecraft and shuttles, and right, we are designing and we are planning. They have already written and explained about that, and not only for space. And there is an also called name called Agatyam. It's one of the very oldest book, and you can able to get many medical hints, and you can able to find solution for many diseases in an Agatyam. And it's not just that only Agatyam or Vyamanika Shastra alone will give a hint, and not like that. Even everything that you read, an ancient, it may be a Tamil book and it may be an ancient English, anything, but you should be a read and twice, so that only you can able to get the deep answers. If you are taking any ancient book, if you are reading for a first time, you can't able to understand, because the deep words are yet to come out when you are reading the second time. So it maybe seems to be a simple line, but it holds a lots of innovations. So ancient books are the basic that will give you the idea for innovation, and sometimes it may make many miracles, and we are using, and we used to take a hint from ancient books. And you can also, everyone can read that books.
That is great, Surya,
So,
because like the world is always going through cycles, and each cycle,
Yes.
humans are making
yeah.
efforts and coming up with new innovations, and in the next cycle, those are getting destroyed. So, but that is why even to protect the current cycle and current innovation, people are building archives in Antarctica. People are building archives in the moon. Actually, people are sending archives into the space to retrieve it and all those stuff. So that I totally agree with Surya. So now my next question is actually to Clinton. Okay. So Clinton, I know that when there is a movie called October Sky, and when I watched that movie, I was able to think about Clinton only. So one of the major question I always I got asked by many people is the accessibility to the research hardware and research facilities. Many people think you can do great stuff if you have accessibility to modern lab or something. But me myself, most of the people in our team, including Clinton. Clinton is from a very small town in Erode. He will say what town is, I forgot. But he is into rockets. He worked with a lot of small rockets from young age itself. So how you got interested in this, Clinton, and how your geographical location impacted your research?
Okay. Actually, I am from Coimbatore, so I completed my schoolings in Coimbatore. Once after completing my 10th standard, I was about to shift the entire home to our new place, because my mom got a new job here. So our entire family shifted here. At that time, I don't wanted to come to this area.
Where do
This
you live right now?
Satyamangalam, Satyamangalam. So one of the
Okay.
like forest area, completely forest, nothing, no buildings. Like I am from totally a metropolitan city, like it's a Coimbatore, and having a 180-degree flip to a village which is like next level. You can't find so many shops here, nothing, no malls, no theaters, nothing. So I like at first I regretted this thing. I don't wanted to come. I thought I will be staying in hostel in my hometown itself, that is Coimbatore itself. But at last I came here, but that changed my world and like changed my mind and everything. Now I am in Space Kids India because of this Satyamangalam only. So how that thing has happened is actually I did completed school, like 11th and 12th. I'm a diploma graduate. So once I was doing diploma, I got interested in rockets. From childhood I am interested in rockets, but at that was a moment that I wanted to build rockets on my own. So I started searching on internet and I was amazed. Like people know about model aircrafts, model helicopters, drones, and everything, but no one knows that. Like, some of the people know, but most of the people are like don't have that awareness that there is a field called model rocket. So it is also a field like aircrafts, drones, something like that. So even I am interested in drones and aircrafts, but the main reason why I can't get into that things are like they are very costly. Those are the drone and RC hobbies are like really very costly. Each motor will be like 400, 500. ESH you have to buy again, batteries and everything. If you wanted to make just a normal basic aircraft, you need at least 7,000 rupees to do that thing. So financially, I'm not that great in that time. So like I can't do that thing. But I had that interest. But once after knowing that there is a field called model rocketry, like rocketry is a thing which like attracted me next level. Like why? Because it has the soul. I can't explain those things. You have to see a rocket launch in order to get the vibes to feel how sheer power it is producing and everything. So I got interested in rocketry and I was like looking how to build those things. Then started from sugar rocketry, R candy, like those are the basic things like using potassium nitrate and sugar as a fuel and oxidizer. So we started like a rainbow rocket, like Deepavali rocket. Then we upscale, like we went to A class, B class, C, and like after a year or so, we came up to I class motors, like that is up to producing of 1000 newton seconds. So like we are that rocketry like it entirely changed my like life itself. So that is how it started, and it is not too easy. Like when compared with RC, it is not that costly, but you'll be doing repeatedly the experiment because you need like fundamental knowledge of rocketry is like very complex. So you need to be really good at mathematics and everything. So that took me time, and it was like around 3 years to get the complete knowledge of what is a solid rocket motor, how it performs, and what should be the diameters, what should be the length, and everything. So it's a next level experience. That is why I'm here in Space Kids India. So now I got promoted from working on R candy fuel to a real propellant things and also that is how it started, bro. And October 20, even when I saw that movie, like entire family is, like telling this is you, this is you. Why? Because if you are doing model rocketry, it will be like that. The entire movie, you will be the hero. So it will be exactly like your life. So whenever you people are having interest or anything on model rocketry, you can just try building rockets. It's really next level, but safety is really important. Without safety, like there are chances that will like it has the capability to kill you. That is what I want to tell in a sentence. That is how powerful rockets are. Like you'll be having chamber pressures of 1,500 psi. So if something went wrong, it has the potential. It had like the small screws and small components can even travel faster than bullets and hit you. And it has the
Can kill
potential
you.
to. That is the like challenging thing attracted me towards model rocketry. So that is how I started. Now I'm in space. Next
Yeah,
level
yeah.
journey.
So, yeah, in this moment, I want to ask Yegna, because you finished the graduation, and I'm also finishing my UG this year, but sadly this lockdown came, and I hope that the semester exam is going to get cancelled or something big. But yeah, recently we have seen a lot of ads from colleges and schools, telling about how different their college, how achieving there, and all those stuff. So, how important is choosing a college is going to be for career, particularly if you want to become a scientist or want to do research or something? Is it always necessary to choose a big college, reputed college, or is it okay? Is it fine that if you study in a normal college? What's your views on it, Edna?
I mean, like it's not necessarily to join in a reputed college, but it will be, another bonus for you if you are in a reputed college, whereas you can get your best mentors out there. Probably in many of those colleges we have a lot of complaints that the staff itself are really bad and they don't have the right knowledge to give to the students practically. So if you are like in the field of research and you wanted to create something, probably you should have your mentors like who are practically who can engage you and give you some experience. So that can be a bonus. Like if you are in a reputed college and having some good mentors out there, probably that will be a bonus. But otherwise, if you are not necessarily in a good college but you have some good research skills, and you can also meet, like we know a lot of mentors who are like abroad as well, like where you can get connected to them and probably get a lot of inputs through them. So it doesn't necessarily matter until and unless you know what your main objective is. So you can find right mentors around the world, in and around the world, through online also, so where they can help. But if it is through college, you can have a lot of benefits in the college as well. Like, so many of the students, I guess they might be understanding what I mean exactly, like the exam stuff or the attendance, and like some recommendation to the HODs and departments. So he is doing some research and some kind like beneficial stuff for the college to not make it hard for the student. But otherwise, if you are in a college and you have to keep up the academics as well as your research, I think probably being in an little less pressurizing college is better, where you can do your research as well as have a good practical experience apart from college stuff itself. So that answers, I guess. And any experience for you, Clinton, without revealing what it is, like how does it benefit students of being in a reputed college or not in a reputed college? How does it matter to your students?
Like it doesn't matter actually. It is like everything is like what the thing like self learning is a matter, nothing else. Like being in a college reputed like in a good institution will give lab facilities though, but like self learning, my option is self learning always. Google is a teacher. Like Google, you can find everything, but you wanted to know what you wanted to learn. So once we have that idea and the rough way to get the thing, even we don't want it to be in a college itself, we can learn everything.
Yeah, that is a good
Yeah,
answer, Clinton.
like,
Yeah, because right now we are having lot of this is admission time, right? So people are confused. Even my cousins are joining college this year, so they are very confused about how to choose a college, how to choose the right college, and everything. Yeah, as long as you're not in a college where they don't give a damn about like what you're studying or doing,
Now
there is no such
I think
college
it is going
exists.
to become.
Yeah. So if you,
Maybe more.
as long
I'm
as you're
going to.
choosing a decent college and putting your own efforts to, you cannot always depend upon the college. College will give you a platform, but you have to make use of the platform. So you cannot always go and blame the college, because I know a lot of colleges and universities personally, like how much efforts they are putting, even though like they cannot give the same opportunity to everybody. So it is a mutual effort you have to take. So next question, please, Edna.
Yeah. So the next myth question is, they always seem to active. Okay. So scientists, like they always seem to active, either be it day or night. They always seem active and they don't get tired. So what do you think?
That is myth. That is myth. I sleep like hell. People. I usually, mostly I sleep at morning 5 a.m., 6 a.m. I sleep till like 11 a.m. And whenever people call me in the morning, even from an important call, I will be not even able to, feel that phone is ringing, because I put my
Fine,
phone
fine,
always
fine.
in
But
silent.
we should not mislead this question. The question exactly means that when you are in a mission, do you remember Kalams that we do? Did you sleep? This would
Yeah,
be the
only during the missions you will, only during the missions you feel active because
depends
there
on
is no other way. It is a
depends
do
on
or
what
die
kind of
situation.
research and mission you're
Yeah,
involved in. So probably our
yeah.
missions, which we had like as in nano satellites, probably we do the research part regularly. Then we have a regular sleep pattern as well. But otherwise, when it comes to executing part, there will be no sleep, right?
That will be one hell of a task when you are in a mission. When you are in a mission, it is a scientist's nightmare. Sometimes,
Yeah.
the Kalams are 2 days, right, Eknath? Kalams are 2 days. I
Like
still get dreams about the concert to experience. No, that I forgot what day I am in. What date it is because we are in the work for continuously like 4 or 5 days without any sleep, and we are traveling back and forth Bangalore ISRO Center, Sriharikota Space Center, and our center. That is I can't talk about it though. It was when the rocket was getting launched, when the rocket was getting lifted off and going up, I was sitting like this. I was sitting like this. I wasn't even able to focus on the screen. I was that tired that time. But it
but
is
it's
a
all
do or die situation. If you're not able to, you can't sleep also sometimes. It is more like you
I
have
mean when
liability.
your
When you are becoming a
your
scientist,
life
you
goals
have
are getting,
liability, right? Yeah.
alive in the moment, you won't definitely give up on sleep, right? So that is the
Yeah,
most important
adrenaline.
part.
Yeah, that's true.
So yeah, we'll go
I
with
have
another
one
question and
question,
probably if there
bro.
are any
Yeah,
questions in comment
actually, there
box.
is
Yeah.
there is one question from the comment section. Mr.
Okay, go ahead.
Murugesan is asking, "Hi guys, can you recommend any basic book for the beginners?" Here, the expert in books is Mr. Yegna. So this question is for Yegna.
I mean, again, if it is related to space, there are a lot of books with respect to space basics where you want to learn. Otherwise, like especially into rocket books or anything with related to uh, engineering books, probably there are many good books. Probably I can put it in the comment section within a while. I have my collection. I'll probably share the names as well with respect to the satellites or rockets. Otherwise, we generally, go with the missions already, which have already been successful or which have been unsuccessful, learning from
Research
their mistakes.
papers. Yeah.
Yeah, research papers and what have happened. So that practical thing will be more efficient than going with books. Books, whereas it will help you in the basic research part when you're learning from scratch. So that is where
Yeah.
there will be the minor difference. Otherwise, probably I'll
I
share
would
few books in
recommend
comment.
some
Probably
YouTube
share.
channels if you want to,
Yeah.
learn deep about space, or if you want to, like really get into the bits and pieces of space. There is a channel called Scott Manley. I'm a big fan of him. You can go and follow him on YouTube. It is a bit
Yeah.
complicated because if you don't have the required basic knowledge, you will not be able to even understand what he is talking most of the time. And there is another channel called Everyday Astronaut. There is a simplified version of Scott Manley, I would say. He will tell everything in a small way, but it would be more for a common people rather than if you want to be a scientist and really get into the scientific stuff. Everyday Astronaut would be also helpful, but Scott Manley is more like more engineering oriented.
Yes, Rupal. Okay. So there are a few people who are asking, like they have got some projects and everything. So probably I'll put the email ID here. You can email us what you're trying to convey and what you have been working on so that we can check it out and share your
Yeah.
projects or what. Let us support at Space Kids in Europe. There's no
Whenever you are making a project, be realistic. Don't rely too much on something like futuristic optimism because there is no optimism or there is only 50% of optimism in research industry. Too much of optimism is not good for research. So be more practical. So whatever which can be achieved in a period of next 2 or 3 years, just concentrate on those research. So that would be the best option for people who are just now getting started instead of getting into the advanced research directly and working on that. it will be too complicated because we receive lot of mails regarding we are building satellites, we are building rockets and all those stuff. It's complicated because people will be asking like, can you help us? Can you fund us? Can you launch my rocket or something? The answer is like no. Because it is not that easy to put a satellite in orbit or in space. You need years and years of learning. But what we can do is we can teach you. We can get if you're you have to have initial prerequisites. You have to have a initial prerequisites. You can, if you have the prerequisites, you can come and work with us. Right now, lockdown is going on, so for next 3 months that won't be possible. But if you have the prerequisites, you can go, you can come and do an internship with us. But if you want to learn, if you want to study, or if you want to get to know what, if you want to acquire the prerequisite, right now that is what we are doing on Skylabs. You can become our student, you can learn from us, and then after learning, we will have an assessment, we will have an interview, and from there we will be able to choose you. But just out of your projects, but just out of your proposals, it will be too hard for us to, select the people because there is already a lot of our own research going on. So you have to sink in with it. So you need to have a lot of prerequisites for that.
Okay, we'll end with another question, which is do you ever believe in the supernatural powers or God, which is beyond science?
So, shall I answer this question?
Yeah, you
Please
can.
go ahead.
So, yeah, it's a nice question that we all believe in supernatural power. First, let me explain what is supernatural power. Supernatural power is something which will make impossible to possible, and it may be your willpower, everything. But comparing and coming to the particularly God, and we all believe that it's not about scientists won't believe in that supernatural power or God. Coming to the normal, we'll have two different of batches, like someone may believe and some won't, and it's all depend on the mind and views and thoughts of the single person, and it may vary from person to person. If you're taking me, and I believe the supernatural power and I trust blindly, and the one thing I always used to hold a sentence is everything happens for a reason, and nothing is going to happen unless or until it doesn't have a reason. If it is happening, there is a reason behind that. So it's not that scientists won't believe in supernatural power or God. So we also believe and we trust him, and it's all about the point of view of the single person. And one thing I want to convey is just be focused and just be determined in your goal, and just do whatever you want to do with dedication, and then pray and you'll get 100%. Srimati ma'am always used to say that if you pray you'll get 100% or else 50%, but we need 100%. So just wish and do whatever you want, and then you'll see the result.
Yeah, my answer would be. Yeah, my answer.
Can you think of any scientists who have believed? Can you name any few who are
Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam, Albert Einstein, Steve Jobs. I can put a list.
So that makes many.
Dr. Sivan, yeah, the current chairman, Dr. Sivan.
Yeah, absolutely.
I can give a. So for me, the answer is I believe in God. Period.
Of course, I mean there are a lot of different philosophies, and about God, what is God. But apart from that, we all believe, humans believe that there is something superior to us, in the universe. So there are different theories and different principles about being. Atheist also is one of it. But when the question is clear, they'll also be confused. So which we don't know, but we have faith in something superior. So that makes this question that it is true that
we can feel but can't see. That's the answer.
Sorry?
Yeah.
We can feel but can't see. And many will ask, prove,
Probably
show me, so
non-physical.
we can't.
Yeah, that is what we speak about. Non-physical
Yeah.
dimension.
That's all about faith and
So
belief that
yeah,
there is
guys. Yeah.
something.
So we are coming to the end of the today's session. Thank you, Egna, for joining us today. Clinton, thank you so much for joining me today. I think we'll be having a lot of sessions together in the future. Okay, thank you. We'll see you soon. Bye. Surya, all the best, and I'm really
Thank you so
waiting to
much.
see
Feeling
you
very happy
here
to
soon.
participate with you in
Yeah,
this live, and thank you so
thank
very
you,
much. Thank you.
thank you so much. Surya. So hello guys. We are coming to the end of today's show. I hope you guys liked it, and I hope we answered your questions. It is just like a small program we had today, but it is not going to stop it because we are having a lot of questions in the comment section. But we really wish to answer all of those things, but for the time being, we are not able to answer it now. But soon we are going to have a lot of sessions like this in future, which are with our team people, with other ISRO scientists and other scientists. Like last time in the last program we had Dr. Mailsami Anaduresa, who is the project director for Chandrayaan and Mangalyaan missions. In future missions, we are planning to bring a lot of people here for sharing their knowledge with you guys. So for that, if you want to get the updates from us, as usual, like any other YouTube channel, what I'm going to say is subscribe to the channel, press the bell icon, and leave the press the like button. And because we are taking a lot of time from our research and making these videos, because it will be useful for you guys. So it would be great if you can drop a like and you can comment your views about what you're thinking and what you're expecting from us in the next video. So that would be a really a good feedback for us. So that's all, guys. Thank you so much for joining today. Soon we will connect in the next session. Let's hope everything, all the situations will settle. Settle very soon, and we will be back with our band very soon. Let's pray for the world and stay safe, stay home, stay home. So stay safe. Things are not that good. So please don't travel outside without taking necessary things. Stay safe. We will connect on the next session. Thank you, guys. Thank you so much. This is Shrifat signing off. See you all next time.